Well, Luca, welcome to the show.
Oh man, so happy to be with you guys.
It's been a very long time since I've actually seen you in person, and I'm looking
Very
at you
long time.
now, and like where you've gone from where I knew you. I mean, you were doing well when I knew you, but look at this place. I've seen the pictures online.
Thank
You're
you.
doing work for so many artists around the world, and congratulations on your success. First of all, meet my co-host Teri. She's here with me.
Hi, Luca. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
okay. Good to see you. Nice to meet you as well.
Tell us a little bit about your career path for people who
Ooh.
don't know. How'd you get started initially?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of blessed to do what I love, what is my biggest passion, which is music, and I keep working on music my entire life. I will say that in my second part of my life, like essentially I would say the past 12 to 14 years, I kind of like scale on the niche that really is close to my heart, which is mixing and mastering. And that part of the production phase, and always again be involved in music production since I was a kid. The post-production, so the mixing and mastering, it's really what feels natural to me to do. I just like to take songs that are close to be finished and be able to elevate the quality, or to be able to do a contribution from the artistic standpoint on the just like purely technical. So I start helping dance producers in mid 2000s here in Vegas. I was doing the same long time ago before that, but then I think that the tilt point was mid 2000, late 2000, so 2009, 2010, when a lot of now bigger producers like Steve Aoki or Diplo and others, they start to get residency in Vegas, play shows here, very small shows, and start to make original music and productions. And then, and I remember that through friends, back then, again, I'm talking about DJs that now they're superstar. Back then, it was just like touring DJs. And then I remember say, hey, your music is great. I think the can sounds way better. Can I help you, to improve the quality of your mixes? And then I remember I helped Steve Aoki in one of his unofficial remixes, and he said, what just happened? I never heard my music sound that good. And then in the next 2 years after that release, we did the first Steve Aoki album. We had a Grammy nomination. Then now Diplo, that back then had a label called Mad Decent, say, why D-Mac, which is Steve Aoki label, wow, D-Mac label now sounds that great. Why all these records sounds better than my record? So now Diplo, it just find me and they say, hey, can you help me to improve the quality of my mixes? So there was just like a snowball effect of helping somebody leverage that record, then work with somebody else. Then all those guys, they start to become big superstars, and then they're friends. So it was a very organic, approach of helping improve the quality of songs, and then became a business where from me mixing in my room became like a company, moved to different studios. And then I think that the biggest jump was to open a studio at the Wynn Casino. So we opened a recording space and a mixing space at the Wynn. And then there was
that's where you're at?
not
At
now.
the Wynn? Oh,
At the
not now.
Wynn.
Okay.
No, he's way beyond that now. He's got his own like ranch now.
Now we have it's a studio complex with different rooms. But at that moment, there was literally the biggest hype on EDM in North America, where at the same time in Vegas, we had Skrillex and Diplo and Swedish House Mafia, everyone playing Vegas, and everyone hang out on my spot. So we used to spend day and nights just going over songs and mixes. So in a span of like 3 years, I worked probably in the biggest dance songs of that area. So there was just a golden age of dance music.
Now I remember when you came to Vegas. Now this is a story that I'm still a little bit foggy on because it's been a long time. When I met you in Vegas, we were talking about Blue from Eiffel 65. Yeah. And you were involved with that somehow, weren't you? Or?
Well, the Blue, so the story is this. Look, Tim, long story short, now Jeffrey, which is Eiffel 65 singer, is a business partner on my company here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Look how tight we are. Yes. So
okay. No, but hold on a second. Did you get any royalties from the new Guetta and BB Rexa version of it, or what? That's what I wanted to know. I'm like, he must have cleaned up.
Well, my good friend and business partner Jeffrey actually did.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
That's okay. I'm getting all this stuff, but it's okay.
I think you got enough going on. You got enough. Yeah, for sure. Tell us a little bit about the process. Like, you're talking about mastering a record or mixing a record. Is it just cleaning up the sound? I mean, I know you do some producing as well and some songwriting, but for people who don't know, what does mastering mean? You know, they see you in the credits doing it.
Yeah, no, good question. So first of all, I'm an hybrid engineer. I do mixing with a mixer engineer mindset. I do mastering with mastering engineer mindset, and I master my own mixes. So to give you just like a perfect example, we just finished now Major Lazer new album. We did like 4 or 5 albums with Diplo on that project. The mixing engineer role is to essentially take the composition as a composition, be able to open the song and make either creative decisions. Let's talk about one creative decision. More reverbs on the vocal, echo on the chorus on the vocal, a more intimate part on the verses. So that's our creative mixing decision. Versus more technical decision can be, hey, I want to have my drums a little brighter, with more transient, more snare, more kick. That's more creative. Now I go from that phase to be the master engineer, where master engineer does, it takes the final mix and elevate the quality or fit the song in a space. A space, let's think about it like a Spotify playlist. Now, ideally, we want to have our song to fit with those 4 or 5 songs. A Bieber song, another song. So the master engineer, you work with tonal balance to make sure that when you jump between songs, feel on the same space, tonal space.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds technical yet creative at the same time, which is very few people probably have both those sides of their brain working. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Exactly. In my case, also what things keep me excited that I have a based on relationship. So I built strong relationships. So I was working on Drake on his album, and there was like 3 months of my life just doing that. With Drake, I went to Toronto. I just sit with the team to really bring something that is so recognizable. So his voice cannot be changed at all.
Oh, yeah.
He has a tone.
Immediately you know what it is. Yeah.
You know what I mean, right? So then in my case, it's a case-by-case scenario where I'm taking somebody that is so easy to understand and recognize that you don't want to reinvent his tone of the vocal, but you want to elevate the quality. So that's one case where I was extremely excited to work with. But then we have other cases where it's the producer give me like the freedom to take this and just go for it and just do my, almost as a co-producer mindset, do mixing to just bring the song to life. So I have two cases.
Okay. So now when you're working with artists, I know there's so much flexibility in places they can work. They could come to your studio, you could go to them, whatever. I mean, everything's kind of, portable in a sense. So when you went and saw Drake, does he like to work at home mostly? Does he have his own studio?
OVO. Yeah, they have, so Drake has a beautiful studio at this house where he does mostly like writing and just like demos idea. Then they have OVO, the label, they have a fantastic studio where it's going to be properly recorded. Then they have a tight, small team. They like to work on that space. They never leave Toronto for any reason as far as like keeping everything there. To the point, guys, that I have to literally, I went with my hard drive because absolutely nobody wants to send Drake demo with Dropbox across the globe, right? So there was a thing where I literally physically brought the music here, keep the secret, no social media, no Instagram photos, anything for months. And then we did like surprise release. And it was like actually the first dance album from Drake. So it was kind of my territory, my field, but just make sure that him as an artist just like cut through the songs in a way that is you can't recognize that it's him,
Well, anyone that listened to the show the past year would know that I'm not lying when I say this. That Drake album was my favorite album from Drake.
Oh,
like, in particular, really, particularly the tracks Sticky and Massive. Sticky I thought Sticky was going to be a much bigger hit than what it was, but it's still a good song.
But Tim, let me tell you this. It's crazy. So first of all, I think I can disclose this. Why Drake liked dance music that much and why did that album? You know why?
No.
I heard he just wanted to do a dance album, but I didn't hear exactly.
The reason it's so simple, it's so nice, very organic. He spent time in Ibiza, and he went to a party. It's called Circo Loco, where it's magic. It's an incredible vibe. It's a beautiful party. So it was a moment for him to be in a club without be a superstar that he is, but just get into the vibe. And then, because that type of party is not about the superstar, it's about the music and the vibe. It was just literally with the crowd, enjoying the music as a listener, and he just loved the vibe, you know? So the co-producer on the album, actually Rampa, which is the Circo Loco main resident DJ, it's Carnage, which is good friend of Drake, but also a big house DJ now. So everything about the album came from him, be exposed to dance music in a magical place where it's like, oh, I feel this. I just want to be part in some way. I want to do an album. So, and then the reason why they reached out to me was, okay, we need everybody involved that is actually expert on that field, you know? So I was the dance music engineer. Everyone is an expert on dance music. And Drake is the one's like, okay, I want to just like dive into this space. And he loved it. He had a great time.
And you mixed the entire album for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even look at the credits. If I had looked at the credits, I would have been like, oh my God, there he is.
Missed that.
I know.
Just Google Drake, Luca Pretolesi, and then you chop all my credit. Now, Massive is by far our favorite songs because it's the first song that we mixed on the album. And then I remember me and Rob is not engineer at Studio DMI. Rob is a huge Drake fan, but also he's a dance music fan. It's just like, I cannot believe it. What's happening right now? We like, this is like the music that we love. That's the artists that we like. So
right. No, that's awesome. That's amazing. You got to mix that album. What other projects are you working on right now? What are some of the?
I just finished Skrillex new double album. So it's two albums, and finished that. Breathing moment. Now we can just breathe for a second. It was just like intense. We did again 2 albums in a span of like couple of months. So that was just very challenging and but fantastic experience. I'm closing right now Major Lazer new album. Major Lazer, my biggest 3 songs in my career. One is actually Lean On from Major Lazer, which is my biggest record. Yeah. The second one is Miente for J Balvin. So those 2 songs, it's close to my heart. So when I do Major Lazer, I stop everything, just focus because it's really close to my heart. And Major Lazer, Lean On is probably the biggest involvement because I actually helped recording. I was sitting during the writing process and then I mixed the song. So it's really important for me. So it's coming out a new album from Major Lazer. It's I'm a Piano, which is like an African style, amazing album. So I'm excited about that.
So it sounds like you're into Latin music as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
J Balvin. Okay. Well, we got a lot of Latin music around this particular area. And we just built a new studio on Island. There's a lot of great local talent here.
I'm kind of jealous because I follow you. I want to be there. I want to come at one point. I would love to experience,
Yeah, you definitely need to come down.
The invitation is open anytime.
Thank you.
And I know a lot of local artists who would love to work with you as well. In that new studio. That would be awesome.
Amazing. It'd be amazing. Yeah, it'd be great.
I know you give classes as well as far as like mastering techniques and stuff. Is there something like you have your studio there? Do you have a remix you could play for us? Do you have anything working right now that we could hear, like something in progress?
Wow. You catch
like a raw mix of something. No,
what I'm doing. I'm doing Alan Walker new record, but they're gonna kill me. I signed NDAs. I can't play anything. Oh man.
Yeah. No, I understand. So your studios are in Las Vegas. What if someone wants to get in touch and have you do some work on their material?
So our website is studiodmi.com. And then we are a team of 8, and we have 4 studios, 3 engineers. We do Dolby Atmos mixes that is so cool right now. We love that. We have a room, which is a Dolby room. We do essentially post-production for music for immersive audio, which is something very exciting for us. We do about 500 to 600 songs a year. We are big.
Wow.
Big volume of work. Yeah. So between album, mixing, mastering. So again, studiodmi.com, or I'm very active on Instagram myself. So And I like to chat. And I'm very involved on the educational side of music. I teach at Abbey Road in Europe, so I travel and I do my touring, educational touring schedule where essentially I open a song, a big song, and I mix with the student from the beginning till the end, and everyone is involved. And I share a little bit my techniques, my mindset, my approach on mixing. So I do that. I'm excited about music, and again, even when I go on vacation, I take a week, and then after a week, I need to in some way go back on music, So
yeah, well, I know how that is. I'm the same way.
You're talking to two music lovers yourself. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So,
Teri, do you have anything for Luca?
No, it's just been such an honor to meet you, and your list of credits is unreal. And
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to see what else you come up with. I'm definitely a fan now. I'm going to be following and finding out what.
Keep you posted. Yes, for sure.
I remember back when I first met Luca, we were both into real estate at the time, and I helped you get that first house. Are you still in that first house that you got?
No, my God, no. I actually Tim, I invested through the years, and so I have several properties. But what I did every time I moved the studio, I bought a house very close to the studio, but then I keep the house and I moved the studio again. I bought another house close to the studio. So, And recently, which is the biggest achievement for me, I bought a property in Italy, again in Sardinia. So I'm going now in 2 weeks and then go back and be able to kind of pull the plug from my own country for a while. Now be able to go back, enjoy my country as a tourist is pretty amazing. So planning on spending more time in Europe in the near future.
Yeah, that's amazing. Luca, I know you're very busy. I don't want to keep you too long. So thank you for taking the time with us today.
Thank you so much.
I had a great time, guys. And then I'm excited. At one point, I'm gonna show my face in person. And I'm looking forward to see you guys there.
I think you should. You'll like
There's a lot to do. I mean, there's interesting things to do over there. So why not?
Yeah. And you will definitely be impressed by the local talent. I've had several requests. They're like, so how much, what are his rates? We want to get in touch. We might want to use them. So seriously.
Well, forward to me.
I will. I sure will. Luca, thank you very much, my friends.
Thank you, guys.
Grammy nominated recording engineer, mixer, producer, songwriter, everything. Take care, man. Good luck in Las Vegas.
Thank you, guys.